This is my brand new library and office, a space that's become my personal creative sanctuary. I am so excited for this video because I've been working on this dream space for such a long time and I couldn't be happier with the way it has turned out. It's now a place where I do a bulk of my work and even plan out and script my videos for YouTube. But aside from work, it's also a place where I unwind and read all in one place. So in today's video, I'll give you a full tour of this setup, the design inspiration, and the one piece that really brings it all together. My executive standing desk from Vernal, the sponsor of today's video, and to be very honest, I couldn't thank them enough for taking my setup next level. You see, when I first started designing this room, I knew one thing for sure. I wanted it to feel clean, warm, and inspiring. A place where creativity flows naturally, surrounded by the things that I love most: books, tech, and design. It's minimal, but layered with personality, and everything from the lighting to the layout is designed around that balance of focus and comfort. So first, you enter into the room with this glass door. It's liquid glass. Just kidding. If you're an Apple geek like me, then you know where I was getting at. And enough with the corny jokes. Alright, so let's start with my favorite wall in the room, the bookshelf setup. These are floating shelves with warm LED strips underneath, giving this soft glow that looks amazing. You see, the walls of this room are white, the shelves are also white, and even the floors are white. I purposely did this to give it a very minimalistic yet modern vibe, but these LED strip lights add warmth and coziness to the room. And as an avid reader, this is a dream come true. The shelves hold everything from my favorite reads to a few decor pieces that reflect my personality, a mix of design, tech, and personal inspiration. Now, even though I have my fair share of business and creativity books, the majority of this collection is actually fiction. I love escaping into the worlds that different authors create, especially when it comes to suspense thrillers. There's just something special about getting lost in a story that resets my brain after a long day of work. Alright, but now let me show you my proudest collection here, and it's the Harry Potter books. Yes, I'm a Potterhead. And this is the limited edition set that I picked up during COVID with these stunning new covers. And of course, I still have the classic editions as well. And the final book, the Deathly Hallows one, I've even got a special Portuguese edition. I even have the special edition DVDs, which honestly, I just keep as art pieces at this point since I've embraced the world of streaming. And come to think of it, I don't even have a DVD player anymore. And I just realized I'm missing the 7th movie. I had a friend borrow it a while back and I guess they never returned it. Well, Avada Kedavra. Alright, so back to the shelves. The bottom shelves are for storage, and right above them, as you can see, I turned my Apple boxes into art pieces. Each box, from iPhones to iPads to MacBooks, they all have these vibrant wallpapers and clean lines that just fit with the overall aesthetic. With the room being mostly white, the colors from these book covers and these boxes really pop, giving this museum-like display of my tech journey as well. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the space, a blend of nostalgia and design that perfectly captures my creative side. Now let's move on and talk about the centerpiece of this entire setup, this amazing executive standing desk from Vernal. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you probably know that I have another Vernal desk in my studio. That one's the L-shaped version, and it's hands down my favorite part of that setup. In fact, I did a full video on it a while back, and it completely changed how I work and create content. And you can click the link above or in the description below to check that video out. So when I was setting up this new library space, I knew I had to bring Vernal back in. And this time I went with their executive standing desk. And it looks absolutely stunning in here. This one is designed to stand right in the middle of the room, not up against a wall, thanks to its 3-sided privacy panels. It creates a focused workspace that still feels open, almost like a creative command center. Then there's the organization, and Vernal nailed it. With built-in cable management channels and clean lines, that makes it easy to keep everything minimal and distraction-free. So if you look at this right here, this is where you can feed in your wires and your cords, right? So for example, for this monitor right here, I have the power cord coming in through this hole right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna connect it to the monitor. But what's really neat is the fact that when someone walks in and when they look at this setup, you don't see any wires behind it. It looks really, really clean. Once again, thanks to this feeder that's right over here, right? You see where I have this plant over here? Well, there's another area to feed in your cords and cables. So you have that right over here as well. Once again, I'm just gonna put a plant over it for now. but it's really neat that they have that. Now let me quickly show you the inside. All right, so as you can see, you have this tray right over here where the power adapter and everything kind of lives, and it just kind of comes from the side, right? So that's a very clean way of managing your cables and making it just look very nice and aesthetic. So when people walk in, they're not seeing a bunch of wires. It's nicely being hidden away. Also, one really cool thing about this table is the fact that you get this little cover right over here. And it's a relatively flexible cover. And what's neat about it is the fact that obviously for privacy, you know, when you're sitting, you don't want to show your lap or anything, right? That's one thing. But also all the cables that are behind this tray, they're all hidden. So you don't get to see any of that at all. Plus there's zero wobble as the stability here is insane. Check this out. I have this cup of water, and when I move the desk up and down, there is not a single wobble. That is thanks to Vernal's reinforced horizontal frame structure, which is way sturdier than most standing desks out there. It's got a rated weight capacity of 120 kilograms, so it can handle a lot of weight if you plan on putting a lot of gear, for example, your computer, monitor, and accessories. Now, unlike the L-shaped desk in my studio, which has a lot more accessories on it, like my Apple Studio display, for an example, with this desk, I really wanted to just go for a more minimalistic route. With just having my iPad Pro on it, that's it. After all, this is my main computer. The whole purpose of this setup is for me to be creative. However, if I need to do some video editing, I just add Vernal's V-Series desk shelf and add an external monitor on the upper platform, and in the pen tray, I store a notebook and some accessories, maximizing the use of desktop space. But overall, this desk is where I'm brainstorming ideas, scripting, going through documents, and reviewing and sending emails. And of course, this is a stand-up desk, and what I love about it is that the lift motion is super smooth and quiet with 4 programmable height presets that let me switch between sitting and standing with just one touch. And lastly, to wrap up this desk setup, I also have the ergonomic chair S-Series with a sleek design all the way from Denmark. But not only does it look good, it also feels good. The armrests, seat height, seat depth, and tilt help me maintain optimal posture. And overall, it's very comfortable to sit on. From a lifestyle perspective, having a standing desk has genuinely improved my energy levels and posture. It really makes long work days feel a lot more dynamic. And the design I went for was this light wood finish paired with the white frame, as it ties the whole room together. But of course, if you go on their website, they do have another option available as well. It looks luxurious, yet very minimal. So between the L-shaped desk in my studio and this executive desk here, I can confidently say that Vernal desks have become a staple in my setups. And if you're interested in grabbing one, you can click the link in the description to get an extra 6% off your Vernal standing desk. Trust me, you won't regret it. So across from my desk, I've got this built-in workstation where my team sits and works. And like everything else in this room, it's clean, minimal, and keeps us productive during the day. Now let me show you another corner of this room, which is what I call my reading lounge. It's a small sofa where I unwind with a good book and reset between projects. It's simple, but makes the space feel balanced. It's where work and relaxation meet. So that basically wraps up the full tour of my library/office, a mix of design, personality, and creativity. And every part of this space has purpose, with the executive desk really anchoring it and the wonderful bookshelves right behind it. This is where I now spend most of my time, and it represents everything I love about design: clean, functional, and inspiring. So if you enjoyed this tour, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know what part of this setup really stood out to you or inspired you the most. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.